Hey there, TikTok. It's B3 back with another fantastic action figure showcase. Today we have another wonderful Kaiju action figure showcase, or Dai Kaiju. And today every figure is going to be from a different toy line just to make sure they're all cool and unique. And also multiple franchises. So let's get into it with the Bandai America Bandai Creations Godzilla 2000 or Godzilla Millennium. This is a very interesting sculpt for Godzilla Millennium. I really do like it. I've always loved Godzilla Millennium's design since I was a kid. I like the big purple dorsal spines. Those scoots are really, really nice. And I think this is just a cool kind of aggressive sculpt. Dust really gets stuck between these spines, even more so than most of my Godzilla figures, I feel like. But as long as you stay on it, it's not a big issue. But clearly I don't stay on it like I should. I just have so much trouble cleaning this guy. Especially after I left him in storage. Yikes. Not a good move. Yowza. I'm sorry that I exist, Father. I fear my own wrath. Anyway, it's a cool Godzilla. And he's been reissued a bunch of times. Mine is a reissue. So you can get him pretty cheap these days. Even though this line is discontinued. He was just released so many times. Next up, how about something from Ultraman? This is the Ultra Monster series, Sphere Gomora. Yeah, Gomora is one of the many popular classic Ultraman kaiju. So he gets a lot of new forms and versions and stuff. This is when the Sphere Sage and whatnot were controlling him. So he kind of mutated into Sphere Gomora. Which is pretty cool. He's got, the blue and the white, reminiscent of the spears. And he's kind of painted on the back. There's just like some spray painted white, and then it ends where the glue seal is. Like, sculpt-wise, he's really cool. These 500 Spark Doll scale size figures typically have pretty good sculpts. Not always. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Five King sculpt, but a lot of the monsters still have really good sculpts, even though they were sized down, but the paint is often lacking on them. That being said, from the front, very cool looking guy, and as a children's toy, it functions perfectly well. Plus, it's Gomora. What are you going to do, not get Gomora? Please. Next up, how about another Godzilla figure? This is the Gashapon High Grade Godzilla 89. This guy comes in a blind box, or I guess orb, and you have to kind of put him together. But for such a small figure, look at that detail. Oh my actual friggin' lord. The coloring on the spines, painted all the way down to the very tippy tip of the tail. For such a small figure, you can see why he's a high grade. That is a nice guy. Wow. I might get more of these. I at least want the Biollante Rose still in the collection, and I have the little Godzilla who I showed in a previous video. But yeah, I'd love the whole set, but I at least want the Biollante Rose. Very, very cool. And if I pull a second one of these guys, he'll be for sale in my stores. Now, before I get to the last two figures, I do want to talk about my shirt here. I have a lot of friends that work at PC&E, and they rent out equipment for like film. So if you need a space to film in, equipment to film with for, say, a music video, movie, short film, trailer, ad, anything, they can provide it for you at PC&E. This is not sponsored. I just have a lot of friends that work there, and I want to help them out. That's all it is. Great place in Atlanta for gear. I have friends that don't work there that use the gear. Before TikTok even existed, I had like toured there and stuff when I was an intern in the film industry. Great place. Check it out if you're considering doing any kind of filming in Atlanta. Now, on to the next figure. It is the Bandai Japan Movie Monster series. Anime Ultraman. Yeah, I was okay with season 1 of the Ultraman anime. Season 2 took me right out of it. They were too cowardly to adapt to the drug dealer story from the manga, I guess. The manga's incredible. I love the manga, and I love the designs in the manga. This is kind of basically like, what if Ultraman was human-sized with superpowers in an Iron Man suit that helps his powers more resemble the original Ultraman. I call him Ultraman Shinjiro because that's his character's name, Shinjiro. So Ultraman Shinjiro, I feel like, is just the easiest way to refer to him. I didn't want to pay a fortune for any of the figure arts. I do think the design has been slightly tweaked between the manga and the anime, but to be completely honest, not enough for me to care. You could use some more paint apps on the back, but I guess welcome to Japanese vinyl toys now, huh? This is a kid's toy, though, so keep that in mind when reviewing it. We always say on my YouTube channel, we review kids' toys by kid toy standards and adult collectibles by adult collectible standards. But sometimes when these imports come over here, they cost as much as an adult collectible after all the import fees and stuff. So it's like, I mean, especially these days, you know? But he's a very, very cool figure. And the next one, you wouldn't guess in a million years. Like, I've shown a lot of Godzilla and Ultraman in these videos. I've never shown one of these. From one of my favorite animators, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. It is the X Plus Ray Harryhausen Talos, or Talos, however you want to pronounce it. Yes, this is Ray Harryhausen's kaiju-sized living statue that fought Hercules along with Jason and the Argonauts. Ray Harryhausen, greatest stop-motion animator of all time. Maybe the greatest animator of all time. Absolute icon, a hero of mine, rest in peace, King. Truly, truly incredible. This guy, someone who I went to G-Fest with in 2012, not so secretly bought some Ray Harryhausen X Plus figures behind my back because my birthday was coming up, and then they gave them to me on my birthday. And they were a pretty good price, at least back then. But yeah, he's really cool. He comes with his sword, which is sculpted into his hand, which I like, because I do have the Minotaur. His spear was not sculpted into his hand, and it snapped, like, immediately. Yeah. So I'm very glad that his accessory is sculpted into his hand, because he doesn't drop it until, like, right before he dies in the film, so... I mean... He's got it. He's got that kind of ultra articulation that the old school kaiju toy YouTubers coined. But I mean, incredible detail. The paint has a bit more variety in it than you might expect. Maybe more than it looks like under this harsher light. But I mean, Talos was basically a singular color for the most part in the film. Amazing film. Jason and the Argonauts is just top tier fantasy filmmaking. Wow. But yeah, that is it for this Kaiju action figure showcase. I'm glad I could make this a very diverse one. It's really, really cool. Godzilla, Ultraman, and Jason and the Argonauts, which I'm sure you did not expect. But that is it. Thank you all very much. Please support PC&E in Atlanta. And also, check out my store in the comments down below. I'm trying to get TikTok to let me post the actual links. I'm so sorry. That's it. Thank you once again. I'll see you all next time. Oh, wrong arm. Bye for now.